Hi again. We're just gonna have to keep doing this, aren't we? How is everyone? Okay, so yesterday we did the whipped back stitch and then straight stitches for the straight parts of our mokapot. Good morning 2.0. Cracks me up when I always do these back to back because it's like, bye, bye, bye. Okay, hi, back again. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna use black for the very top here. Then we're gonna use black for the handle and probably just a little bit of gray because I wanna make this be like a stainless steel look, you know, at the very top here. And then we're also gonna do the coffee cup today, so it shouldn't take that long. The coffee cup is actually exactly the same as this one, except I'm gonna use 3 strands with same gray color. Yeah, I've got the gray over here. So we're gonna do the whip back stitch for that. And then we're gonna use the same stitch for the handle and the handle. And then what's this called? The mug handle for the 2 handles. All right, let's get started. So I've got 4 strands of the black because this is going to be a new stitch. We're going to use the split stitch for the outline of this, and then I'm also going to fill it in. And then also a split stitch for this, and then I'll just use the gray to outline that just a little bit, just this little bit right there. So split stitch. Since we've already done the whip back stitch from yesterday, we can carry on and do that for the cup. But the split stitch is quite fun. Some people really hate it because it takes a little bit longer than a regular back stitch because you're splitting every single stitch that you make. So when you go down into a stitch, instead of going back up like a regular back stitch down the same hole, you're going up into the threads. So each time you're going into the stitch. So let me show you. We'll do the outline of this handle here first. Again, 4 strands. I'm doing it exactly the same so it has the same kind of thickness and look. I don't want to have a nice delicate handle when I have like a chunky pot, you know? It'll make it look like it doesn't actually belong. So we're going to go straight up through here, split stitch, 4 strands, black. Yeah, so you're going to go forward. And then, of course, there's 2 ways to do this. There's always 2 ways, isn't there? The first way is to always go forward, a forward stitch like you do with a regular back stitch, and then go back down into each of these. Yeah. Smaller stitches around the curves. Like always, I'm going to zoom in on this farther in just a minute. Okay, so we're always going forward. We're always going right back down in the middle of these. This is really great if you know that you have a specific outline and you want to make sure that you get it exactly where you want it. Okay, the other way is to go up through here and then make your forward stitch. So you go up in the middle of the stitch. See? And then forward. Now the only thing I don't like about this way is that sometimes when you put your needle up through the stitches, it will actually make the stitch be raised a little bit. Like it will loosen the stitches a little bit, if that makes any sense. I just prefer going down into it. So going forward and then going down into it. 2:41 from Southern California. Goodness, you must be up super late. And when we go and fill it in, then I can fix this a little bit here because it looks like the thread was twisted. Actually, I'll just fix it now. It looks like the thread was twisted a little bit, and therefore it has a thinner look there. Now I'm using 4 strands, but that doesn't mean that you have to split it exactly 2 and 2. I just put it down in the middle, like as middle as I can get, you know? As always, do smaller stitches on the curves because you still want to have that nice straight, like solid curved line, you know? You don't want it to start looking like boom, 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 like a zigzaggy line. I think I made my fabric on the outside too long because the thread keeps pulling it. Now I'm going to do an outline for this. I think I might fill it in too, but we'll see how it looks first. In my head, I wanted it filled in, but then I feel like because the coffee pot is not filled in, maybe it would look a little bit weird. So we will see this first. You can also do like a colored pencil if you don't want to fill it in the whole handle, or if you don't have enough black thread. Do a nice 11 p.m. in France. Do you mean a.m.? It can't be 11 p.m. in France. I'm in England. $11 a.m. I think. It's the same time zone as in Germany. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, hold on. 11 a.m. excuse. It's okay. At 9:45 p.m. in Australia. Yeah, definitely. Actually, I just saw Carrie join too, and I was like, I know she's in Australia. My memories on my phone were coming up. You know, like sometimes they'll be like, on this day last year or whatever. And last year in February, we went to Naples, and it was so nice. Oh, I miss it. 5:45 a.m. here. So you must be like in the Eastern time zone. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the circle in black too, I think. Although I can't remember if these are actually metal or... It doesn't matter, just make it whatever you want, right? Follow your own instructions. Okay. I really love the gray and black together. Thanks, Hannah. And then Mel says it's 2:47 here, but you know I'm crazy and set an alarm. You actually set an alarm? Oh my goodness. That is wild. I feel a sneeze coming on. Didn't I sneeze yesterday at the same time? Is that something weird? Very strange. Yes. Dedicated. Oh my gosh. Not quite broken. It says, literally watching yesterday's videos on my TV whilst watching these lives on my phone. You guys. You're cracking me up so much. Now make sure that when you do the split stitch, you want to make sure that every single stitch is split. So the very last one that I did was not split, and then it looks a little bit weird. So you want to make sure to do them all so it looks nice and cohesive. And I think for this small circle, I'm just going to make some straight stitches to fill that in. You know? One more on this side. The panda is made us all a little cuckoo. You know, it's all I can do right now to just keep on stitching, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so I said I'm going to do gray for these little lines, probably just straight stitches, so it's like not, you know, out of control or anything. So I've got 4 strands from yesterday. Yeah, 4. And then we'll zoom out and have a little look and see if it needs to be filled in or not. That's also something you could always do later, because with the split stitch, you can literally just follow the inside all the way around until you get back to the beginning again. So that's like a really easy fix that if you would like to do it later. So let's focus on getting the coffee cup filled today. Ta-da! There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna do 3 strands of the whipped back stitch for the coffee cup, and then the black for the coffee cup handle, so that it's like a matching set. Okay, like I said, let's zoom out and have a little look and see what it looks like. Miriam says, I'm not gonna lie, it saved my sanity, so thank you. I mean, do you know what, guys? You keep saying that, like, this has helped you so much. I'm not gonna lie, it's helped me so much having all of you guys come and stitch and, like, always show up for the videos and stuff. And even if you're not stitching with me or buying the patterns, you know what I mean? Maybe you just come to watch the videos just to, like, have a chat. It's literally helped so much, because I haven't been able to go home to see my family. And normally I go every summer. So, like, just having you guys here and, like, having company is, like, the best thing. I mean, because I'm a small business, but I work out of my home. So it's not like I have, you know, like, office pals or anything like that, you know, like, lots of different friends and all those kinds of things that you get, like, when you work and live in a place where you grew up. So yeah, it's like, it's really, really helped me a lot. So thank you. I'm not crying, you're crying. Stop it. All right, teacup / coffee cup. Exactly the same as we did before, but I'm gonna use 3 strands, so it's a little bit more delicate. So this looks a little bit more like industrial, like boom. And I was gonna use black for the whole thing, but I think I'm gonna use the gray so that they match, you know? And then maybe later, if we wanted to add some other things to it, we could always add other things to it. I'm probably going to regret this. I probably should just do black so it's like a little bit more standout-ish. What do we think? Black? Should we do black for the cup? Or should we do gray so it matches? Do you know what I mean? Oh no, I'm second guessing myself. I feel like if I did black, then it would like stand out a little bit. And if I did gray, then it would be like the same color, so it would kind of blend in. You know, 2 blacks, I'm ready. I can always use the gray for something else. I've already split it, but that's okay. Let's see here. That's only 2 strands. That's not gonna work. Let me take one from this, from yesterday. Sometimes you have an idea and then when you see it, you're like, nope. And then later, if you wanted to, you could always do like stitch a little design on here. Like I know some people had already stitched some like little geometric designs on their teapot for the free stitch along. So like feel free that, you know, just because I've drawn it this way, that doesn't mean you can't add more things or substitute it with something else. Okay. Maybe I'll do a gray handle on this one. Maybe I'll do a fun handle, like a colored handle. So for this one, it's exactly the same as before. We're doing the whipped back stitch. You could probably get away with just a regular back stitch if you've got a dark color like black or dark blue, but just to make it cohesive and to have the same look. That's what cohesive means, Tori. Calm down. What is going on here? An interesting turn of events. Don't know what the deal was, but I fixed it. Don't worry. So yeah, basically feel free to add little bits and bobs where you feel. You know, sometimes when you're stitching, you're like, do you know what? I think this would look really good. Just do it. And like I always say, if you look at it and you hate it, every time that you look at it, you're going to hate that thing. So it's better to just change it now whilst you still have the thread and you still have everything out. Because once it's done, you're going to be less likely to change it. And then you're just going to say, do you know what? I should have done, you know, X, Y, and Z or whatever. You could do a matching little base here to the handle if you wanted. stitch some flowers in the middle. I really like those like blue china. You know, like the old blue and white china. I'm stitching right over this flower because I'm going to keep that continuous line. Then we'll go back and whip it. I'm doing the coffee in the middle today. That will be for a details day later. So don't worry about that today. The only bad thing about the black is that you can never see your actual stitches. The blue and white china is beautiful. Yeah. So pretty. Again, when you're whipping it, if you decide to go from left to right or right to left, then doesn't matter, but just make sure you do the same way each time. Otherwise, you're going to come up with a line that's like that. And somebody sent me a message about my thumb. It's fine. Someone was like, do you have a cut on your thumb? Yeah. I was grating cheese and I wanted more cheese and David wanted more cheese and I grated my finger. So that's what that is me grating Parmesan cheese, like more. So just me being greedy with cheese, really. I'm definitely thinking how I would do a simple Delft pattern. Ooh, what's a Delft pattern? I'm going to have to look that up later. But yeah, like you could make these as like, you know, as intricate or as simple as you want. Is that the blue and white? Is that what the blue and white's called? Tara says yes, Delft. So that must be what it is. Or keep it simple with Cornish ware stripes. Ooh, that could be really pretty too. That's the blue and white china. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you. Did you guys see in the Barmy Foxes Facebook group that someone used metallic thread to do the fancy pot? It looks like this. Let me see if I have the picture. This one. And they used metallic thread for like the whole thing. It's so pretty. I need to find a new jazz lo-fi channel. I think everyone's going to be tired of this one. Yeah, it looked like a genie lamp. It totally did. It's so pretty. I'm telling you, looking at it, I had PTSD from the last time that I used it. And it was like, I'm determined. I'm determined to use this thread. I haven't used it in ages, though. It looked amazing. I got metallic thread for my birthday, but I'm scared to use it. Try one strand at a time. Because it's metal, it literally has like metal links that like make up the thread. It doesn't have like a nice, smooth, like when you do backstitch, they'll be a little bit humped up, you know? Yes. Beck says it's so pretty, but that thread is so frustrating. It really is. I think I commented that it makes me want a glass of wine from the last time that I used it. Just because, oh my goodness. That thread just like, it's like making a deal with the devil. Use thread heaven or beeswax to smooth it out first. That is a super good tip, and it does work. It does make it easier to work with. Okay, so now we're going to whip. It's made by the devil. Somebody said it was like the devil's pubes or something, or like the devil's butt floss or something like that. I forget, in one of the embroidery groups that someone said that that's what it was. And I was like, oh my gosh, that escalated quickly. So I'm going from inside the cup and going out. So as you go around, you're going to do the exact same thing. So from here, it's obviously up, but then as you go around the hoop, it's going to go down. Yeah, because you're going from the inside of the cup facing out. So let's see, I've done a tiny little stitch right here. Let's just make sure I get that. Because remember, if it's a tiny curve, then make your stitches shorter. So you can go around it. And there we are, we're back where we started. Then we just have to do the bottom and the handle, which I'm going to use split stitch for that. Oh, we still have to do the top of that too. I should do like a metallic handle and bottom part and make it look really fancy. Oh, why do I do this to myself? Mel says, I love all of the creative ways everyone does their hoops. And I think her name is Dana, but I always get it wrong. She says, sounds pretty accurate, the devil's pubes. Okay. So maybe I'll just do gray for the handle so it matches. But I feel like a nice gold color could be really nice too. Or like silver. Like, how pretty would that look? A nice little... Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just stop that. I'm going to do gray like I said and be done. And again, I'm going to do the split stitch with 4 strands. No, I'll do 3 strands so it stays with the coffee cup size. And that way they are matching. Are you guys still there? And for this one, I'll probably do 2 rows of this. just to make it nice. For some reason, I thought that it went off. The video went off because it like flashed on my screen, but I don't think it flashed on your screen. I'm always a little bit paranoid because of David doing the teams on upstairs on his own, the school's laptop. And the school keeps telling him that there's like problems with like the bandwidth and stuff because so many people are all using the same Teams account. Everyone went quiet at the same time. Yeah, definitely. I may need to finish watching tomorrow. That's totally fine. All the videos are saved, so there's no stress or no problem if you have to watch it later. I know this one is a little bit long, so sorry about that. It didn't flash here. Well, that's good to know. I think it's just me being like, oh my gosh, is it still working? Because I remember for the very first Stitch Along, one of the videos didn't save and it just got lost. Like it didn't even go to stories or anything back when, do you remember when they were only available for 24 hours? You had to be like really quick. When I first started doing these, I had to leave to answer the door. My threads arrived. Ooh, that's exciting. I love a thread delivery. So I'm just doing another layer here to make it a little bit thicker. I can start my coffee pot now. Yay! Yeah, Carrie says, I remember that. And then you recorded it for YouTube. Yes. I think there's one day that the recording didn't save and it wasn't didn't save to stories or anything. And I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do now? Like, you can only do so much, you know? Okay, so we've got a little handle, and I'm just going to pop down here and then do the exact same thing. That's just like a little bottom part. This could also be in just regular black if you wanted to just outline it. But I thought maybe it would like bring it together a little bit. I feel like I should have done a fun color, like a magenta or something. But then all the flowers around it are going to be nice and pretty and colorful, so it'll be fine. It'll all be fine. There we go. So I have a little bit down there, and then I definitely forgot the top. So that will be black as well, split stitch. And I think since I'm going to leave this as just an outline, I'm going to outline the top as well with just the exact same way. So again, if you want to leave and go to bed or just do something else, that's totally fine. I'm just going to use tiny little stitches here to outline this. And again, if you decide to fill it in, then you can fill it in if you want to. So pretty. Thank you, Ashley. I bet yours is going to be so good too. Is anyone else watching Married at First Sight Australia? Because David and I are obsessed. Those of you in Australia, it's like obviously a long ago season, like 2018 or something. But it's just on Channel 4 now. Yes, it's so addictive. The drama carries in now. Yeah. I think it's because I've never seen it before. Like I've never seen Married at First Sight or even like 90 Day Fiance or anything like that before. So like I didn't know anything about it. Like I never even heard of it. So like that's definitely part of it. It's being like, oh my gosh, can you imagine? But yeah, it's like the only thing getting us through these days. I like it. It's cute. Okay, there we go. So we have all done. We've got the gray here, matching. Ta-da! There we are. So I can't wait to see what you decide to do with your coffee pot, mocha pot, and your little cup down here. I think it's so cute. I love the shape of it. I kind of want it in real life. But yeah, enjoy your Tuesday, and I can't wait to see what you've done. Yeah? And I will talk with you tomorrow. So enjoy and bye.